These weak-kneed judges, the biggest bust in Peel's history, guess where they are? They're back out on the street again. Bail, except one person. Do you believe that? They actually get released on the largest drug bust in Peel's history. 500 kilos of cocaine that could ultimately kill people, and judges slap on the wrist. Okay, little Johnny, you go out there and deal more drugs. These people that are terrorizing our neighborhoods and feeding drugs to our people. That's number one. They need to change the criminal code. They need to change bail reform. I will be all over him until this gets done. Stop the dilly-dallying around. 10 years we've seen, we're going to do it, we aren't going to do it. You know, Prime Minister gave me his word, he's going to change it. It has to be done.
You talked about Mark Carney having your full support in dealing with Trump. Can you talk about what your impressions were of what you saw play out in that public part of the bilateral meeting? If you've heard anything from either the Prime Minister or Dominic LeBlanc about what happened at the G7 between our nations?
No, it didn't seem like much happened, to be very frank. They agreed that over the next 30 days they'll put a deal together. That's good news. And then I guess President Trump had to take off back to the White House. But at least they had an opportunity to meet. And I'm confident that we'll get a deal done. People want certainty. Just like our hardworking men and women that are going to be building this, they're going to be able to go home and say, I have a job. I have a job for the next X number of years. And we're going to guarantee we'll get a paycheck, and we may be able to put a deposit down, or we'll buy, pay the mortgage or do whatever. It's certainty. And that's what we need, certainty on this trade deal. It's absolutely critical. Here nor there. Okay, here's my rant. Okay, so first of all, Chief Nish, Chief Demkew, all the chiefs, they're absolute champions. So they do a massive bust. 500 kilos of cocaine that these drug dealers want to poison our kids, poison our people, and 500 kilos. Just imagine that. And they work with the DEA down in the U.S., Drug Enforcement Agency. They work with the Border Patrol. They work with police agencies back and forth. The OPP, Commissioner Creek, is amazing on the Joint Task Force. And guess what, guys? These weak-kneed judges, the biggest bust in Peel's history, guess where they are? They're back out on the street again. Bail, except one person. Do you believe that? They actually get released on the largest drug bust in Peel's history. 500 kilos of cocaine that could ultimately kill people, and judges slap on the wrist. Okay, little Johnny, you go out there and deal more drugs. Why don't you give them more drugs? It's crazy. The system is broken. I will be all over the Prime Minister and the federal government have bail reform until these I don't even want to call them what I'm thinking right now. I better hold off. But these people that are terrorizing our neighborhoods and feeding drugs to our people, that's number one. They need to change the criminal code. They need to change bail reform. I will be all over him until this gets done. Stop the dilly-dallying around. 10 years we've seen, we're going to do it, we aren't going to do it. Prime Minister gave me his word, he's going to change it. It has to be done. And then, bingo, you hear of another big bust yesterday. What is there, 15 of them? And by the way, I remember saying that the chief is a champ. Chief Nish is a champ. All our police are champions. Well, guess what? They get busted. These are the ones that are, the whole tow truck group and the other guys that are trying to intimidate and extort people. So they call people up and say, pay up or we're going to shoot up your house. Guess what? They go by and start shooting up the house. But guess what, folks? Those nice, kind judges, they let them all out on bail. Oh, by the way, they're already out on bail or probation. What is the city coming to, not the city, but our country coming to, when these criminals are running amok and terrorizing our neighborhoods? It's disgusting. Something has to change. And the last one. Did you hear about the guy that these thugs came up, ready to steal his car? They're all in their masks and everything. So I guess he was a hunter or something. He shot up in the air. I don't recommend that, by the way. But he gets charged. I got to find out this guy's name and number, and I'm going to hold a fundraiser for lawyer fees for him. He should get a medal for standing up. It's like down in the U.S., we should have the castle law. Someone breaks into your house, and I know any of these people here, someone breaks into your house and they're coming after your kids and you're coming after your spouse, you're going to fight like you've never fought before. You're going to use anything that you have, be it weapons, baseball bats, knives. You're protecting your family. These thugs shouldn't be coming in there. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. Probably get in trouble for this. You want to hear about stupid criminals? Have you ever seen that show about stupid criminals out there? So 4 thugs come racing down my street, masks on, ready to take the car out of the driveway. Surprise, surprise, at 12:30, the 2 police cars are there. The chase is on. So they chase him. One guy runs out, takes off. They capture him, and they catch these other guys. But just imagine all the unfortunate people that don't have security there at their house with masks on, and they had all the tools ready to break in and everything, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to be back out. Why don't you guys come over for a barbecue tonight? I'll take care of you better than the police, and thank God the police got you and I never did. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sick and tired of the weak justice system that we have. They have to get a backbone, and we need to start throwing these people in jail. This is turning into a lawless society. That's my rant, and that's it.